Today, I'm going to share some great dating advice. Just kidding. Well, no, not just kidding. Okay, now that I have your attention, how do I help my students listen well to one another? Well, let me share this scenario with you. Let's say I was coming home from work and entered the house looking at my phone. And let's say my wife was talking to me and I was just continuing to look at my phone. I can tell there's probably some people out there that are probably wincing because you can tell how this story is going and it's not a good road. And then when she says, "Are you listening?" And let's just say I'm able to recall the main points, did that get me out of trouble? No, I might be even in bigger trouble, right? Because listening involves more than just my ears. It involves my whole body. In the previous EdFamily episode, we discussed how do we help our students have strong public speaking skills using the acronym PV-LEGS as a support. If you didn't have a chance to see that video, I recommend watching that right after this, and we'll put a link in the description. Today, I'm going to talk about what great listening looks like, though, through a different acronym, SLANT. S stands for sit up, or it could be kind of standing up if the other person's standing up with them. L stands for leaning in just slightly toward the speaker. A stands for attention, which could include paying attention, which could include asking questions. I also like to add in affirmations, being able to compliment the person and what they're saying. N stands for nodding your head, acknowledging the strong points, things that you agree with. Some of you may even make a sound. You guys nodding with me now? Good. So, and then lastly, T for tracking the person's ideas, and also tracking the person if they're moving from place to place. So in an engaging classroom, oftentimes you'll hear talking happening. Sometimes it's the teacher doing the talking. Hopefully it's the students who are doing more of the talking. Students talking to one another, students talking in groups, students having pair share opportunities to talk, students talking in front of the whole class. So while one person is using their PV-LEGS to speak, the other person should be using their SLANT to listen well. I don't think I'm sharing some earth-shattering ideas, but sometimes because we are in the digital age, this has become harder. Both kids and even adults seem to struggle to be present. You know, even I have to constantly remind myself to be present because my mind is always shifting to the next thing that needs to get done. Great communication includes strong speaking, public speaking, but also the other side of the same coin is great listening. If someone has ever told you you're a great listener, or thanks for listening to me, that's a great compliment. You may think you've not done much, but giving someone your ear is really an act of compassion because the most valuable thing that we have that we can give to one another is our time. So when we give people our time and listen to them well, that's the fifth C in action, compassion, whether it's to our students, friends, and even our family. Now, getting back to that dating advice, I do joke with my students that this is a valuable dating tip as well. I might say, hey, when you're in college and you're on a date and maybe you're having coffee with another person, let's say that person's slanting toward you, sitting up, kind of leaning in as you're talking, attentive, asking questions and being affirming, nodding their head as you're sharing and looking at you. Wouldn't that be such a compliment? Well, now the students are really primed to listen well. How do you help your students to listen well? Try teaching SLANT, an acronym for what great listening looks like. This is Dr. Kim from EdFamily YouTube channel, signing out.